Recipe notes for this chocolate Guinness Bundt cake. Bundt cakes are just the best because they are so easy and they're a lot less fussy and intimidating than layered frosted cakes. And in the spirit of St. Patty's Day, which is coming up soon, I thought we would do a fun twist on a chocolate bundt cake and add a little Guinness to the mix. So if you're new to the whole bundt cake thing and you've never made one before, a bundt cake is really just a cake that's made in a bundt pan, which is what's pictured here. This is kind of a funky one, but they're just tube pans. They're the round pans that have the thick edges with a little bit of fluting, and they have a hole in the center, and this allows cakes to bake up really evenly. And they get really golden crusts on the outside, and it really just makes for kind of a foolproof method for baking cakes. So this cake is really interesting, and it comes together completely on the stovetop, which I've actually never done before, but it worked beautifully. It wasn't my plan when I set out to test this recipe, but it's what ended up being the very best cake. It's moist and it's rich and it's deeply chocolatey. We're using 3 types of chocolate in the batter: cocoa powder, chocolate chips, and the optional addition of Nutella, which is just a chocolate hazelnut spread, and it adds a nice richness and backbone to the cake's flavor. Yeah, the whole batter comes together right in a big pot on the stove top. You start by browning 2 sticks of butter, and to that you're going to add some Guinness, cocoa powder, chocolate chips, salt, vanilla, sour cream. Yeah, there's a lot going on in this cake that contributes to it being the absolute best chocolate bundt cake you're ever going to make. It's a bold claim, but I stand by it. It's really good, guys. Normally when I make chocolate cakes, I'll add about a cup of hot coffee to the mix because coffee and chocolate are best friends. Coffee brings out the flavor of chocolate brilliantly. But in this case, we're going to add some Guinness beer, which is just a stout beer, and it has a rich, deep flavor that also complements the flavor of chocolate, just like coffee does, but in a slightly different way, and you can definitely taste it. There's a faint note of Guinness in every bite of this cake, which is very cool, so it makes it absolutely worth doing. And when it comes to toppings, you can whip up my very easy gelatin-free chocolate mirror glaze, which you see pictured here, or you can do what I often do and just dust a ton of confectioner's sugar all over the cake. Or if you want to be a little funky about it, you could stir some confectioner's sugar into a little bit of sour cream and do a sweetened sour cream topping, which is different but really delicious. If you've never tried that, I highly recommend giving it a go. All right, that's all I've got for recipe notes today for this chocolate Guinness bundt cake. I hope you guys enjoy this, and if you give it a try, please let me know. I love to see and hear all about your success stories when it comes to the baking projects here on My Kitchen Little. And as always,